Hi everyone,
Hello,
welcome back to Evolving Moons,
Yeah.
Part 2.
Jess and Katie still here.
Yeah. We hope that you enjoyed our little mini reading half episode.
Yeah. Lion King 1.5.
Lion King 1.5. We're still figuring out all of the video and the audio. Jess has been killing the game.
Thanks.
With the tech. She's our tech person.
It's hard. If anybody wants to be a tech for us for free,
let
us know.
Are you bored during the quarantine? Come work for
tech
us.
For us.
For no money.
Enticing.
So we just made a Instagram post if you haven't already gotten a chance to see it and like it. And the main topic that kind of goes with what we're going to talk about today is like being vulnerable with each other and with you guys who are listening and watching us. One of our main goals going into that is, being open and just being authentic with you guys. So
yeah, we want to be able to share everything about us with you, even if it makes us uncomfortable or even if it's something that we normally wouldn't be sharing. We just want to be as true as we possibly can be to you. And hopefully that helps you connect with us more and maybe helps you with your own situations that are similar. So we're really not going to be holding really anything back. And yeah, just sharing completely all of us, our ups and our downs with you.
Yeah. This is all very new for us.
Yeah.
I'm not one to really put my life out on social media at all.
Well, we're Cancers. We're in a shell.
Yeah.
So
this is definitely out of our comfort zone, but I think we're killing it.
Yeah.
We're doing it.
Not to toot our own horn or anything.
We're doing the damn thing. Yeah. So today it's all about being vulnerable, going into a topic that's kind of fresh for me and
not so fresh for me.
Yeah, everyone's gone through it though. All about breakups.
Woo!
Boom, boom, boom.
Breakups!
If we had a tech person, they could input some kind of music.
Bum, bum, bum.
Oh man. So I'm gonna do a reading.
Yeah.
We're always gonna start off with a reading. And thankfully I have been collecting decks, so I have a new deck to play with today.
This one is so beautiful.
It's so nice. My stepmom got this for me.
Aww.
Shout out Kelly.
So cute.
At a random hippie store that we tried to find.
That's so nice.
We were on a mission to find a deck, and we pull up to this place, and they had it was like a random place that she had never been to. We just found it on Yelp.
In LA?
Yeah, well, it's down there. I think it was in, can't remember. It's in Orange County.
Okay.
Orange County. I don't remember exactly the city it was in because we drove around.
Yeah.
But yes. And there was a few decks. There were some decks I really just don't vibe with. Like I have this one deck. We'll talk about that deck later. Maybe I'll try and use it one day. It has like wizards on it. It's like,
yeah,
it's kind of a weird deck, you know. It's a little too very spiritual
beautiful.
For me. Yeah, I'm into like the more, I don't know, ones that I can relate to, and I guess I just don't relate with like wizards.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or dark colors. I feel like all of your decks have beautiful, bright.
I like beautiful. But yeah, so I saw this deck, and I was like so drawn to it. I was like, oh, it's so beautiful. Like I really want this one. Yeah, I'll show. It's by Rebecca Campbell. We'll tag her. She's cool.
Super cute.
And I see this deck, and I really wanted it, and in my head I was like, I know I recognize this deck. I was already following the deck on Instagram, and I found it at a random shop in Orange County.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so I was like, how funny is that? And I was all excited. We all used the deck that day.
Aww.
It was nice. But yeah, so I'm gonna do a reading
for today.
Going into the reading, I guess the main thing that'll be on my mind is, how can we be our most vulnerable, open selves?
That's nice.
Yeah?
That's a nice question. I thought of one earlier.
Do you have another one? I don't know. That's the only one I can think of.
It was, what do we need to let go of from the past in order to make us our best current self? Or what do we need to focus on that was in our past to turn positive?
what do we need to what do we need to face for our own personal growth kind of thing?
Yeah. I was thinking about it in the sense of
if
like,
I ask that question, I feel like I'm gonna get a card.
I was thinking of it in the sense of a breakup. Like you can learn something from every breakup. So for you drawing it, what can you take from that negative time to turn positive? What do you need to focus on in order to turn your negatives into positives from a negative time?
Okay. We'll see how this goes.
Okay.
I'm gonna do the reading.
Yeah.
We're gonna come back. We're gonna talk about it, and we're gonna do our podcast.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
And we're back.
We're back.
So, surprise! Our card today was pulled by our very own Jessica Hayes.
Yay. Woo!
She
First card reading on the pod.
She wanted to give it a try. So,
yeah.
How do you feel?
I feel great. I feel like it was a good one. Yeah, I do.
That's nice. That's how I feel too when I pull one. Probably not in the best mood to pull a card today, but that's fine.
That's why I did it. Okay, right. So our card that we got is Align Your Life. This is what it looks like. For those of you that are not watching, it's a girl and there's like shattered glass in front of her, I guess, and her face is reflecting on all the different shattered little bits. And under Align Your Life, it says, what is not aligned or needs to change? So for me, pulling this card, I associated it with a breakup and aligning your life after having lived a life with someone else, I guess. So the girl is shattered or heartbroken or whatever she may be feeling, and she needs to realign herself, is how I took this card.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Well, I read the description for the card, and it was basically
spot on.
Yeah, from this card, it kind of talks about how us as humans, we're creatures of habit, and we go through these cycles. But the thing about cycles is that you have to evolve with them. And I think that we pulled this card because it's time to let go of things that are in our life that no longer define us.
Yeah.
And we have to find that separation.
Totally.
A lot of times we become defined by relationships that we're in.
Yes, especially long ones.
Yeah, especially long ones. You kind of lose your sense of self, or other things in your life too. Like maybe you are so defined by your job.
Yeah.
Or it's just your thing. You're being defined by these things that aren't true to who you are.
College. That's like a big one. I feel like for people.
Oh, like they're
being defined by their school experience.
Yeah. College, like. Yeah, they basically, it was talking about how we go through life with this mask on, and now we're being called to take off this mask and focus on being our true, authentic selves. Because we are individuals, and we need to embrace that. We need to learn how to be with ourselves and kind of honor that.
Yeah.
And you can't really embrace that when you are putting so much of your energy into these things that don't serve you anymore and are taking you off of your path.
Totally.
Yeah. So that's the card.
Yeah. That's a great one to talk about
nice.
Breakups.
Yeah, and I think that definitely goes with breakups because you are you become this person. Well, hopefully you don't. The goal is to not, but in the past.
With a breakup, obviously the relationship ended for a reason. Most likely it wasn't the best relationship, or it could have been lacking some things. Maybe it wasn't super extremely toxic, but obviously there was a reason why it ended.
Yeah.
So I do think that people, especially when you spend so much time with somebody else, you do become one unit kind of in a relationship. And so when the relationship ends, you break. You no longer have that part of you, that other half of you.
Yeah, it feels like it's been taken away almost.
Yeah, it's definitely a loss. A breakup is a loss, just like a death is a loss. It's different because the person is still alive, but usually not in your life anymore. So you do really have to go through a full grieving process as you would a death, which is crazy. That really takes a lot of strength and a lot of personal growth and rebuilding. you really do have to figure out who you are alone again instead of who you were with that person. Because you do grow and change together, and that's not a bad thing. It's just that when that ends, you kind of feel this sense of that you don't know who you are anymore, maybe. Or that you don't know who you're supposed to be, or where you're supposed to be, or what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, there's definitely a sense of loss that comes with that feeling. And it sucks. Definitely, it's like the grieving process. Like you go through the whole, how many steps did they say there? 7. Yeah, that's what you go through when you go through a breakup.
Yeah. What do you do? You're losing someone.
I know. The one I just went through a breakup. We've known. We know.
Not that we haven't mentioned that.
Yeah, it's fresh news. That's why.
Okay, but how long ago? Tell them how long ago.
It's been like almost 3 months.
Almost 3 months, yeah. But fresh. And how long were you in the relationship?
I was in that relationship for 5 years.
Yes.
My voice is wilding right now. Sorry. I'm like rusty.
Yeah.
I was in a relationship for 5 years. It recently ended. Don't need to put like why it ended, but it ended. And
well, you can put that it wasn't your choice that it ended.
True, it wasn't my choice that it ended, but reflecting back on it, like it was meant to happen
for the best.
Yeah, it was for the best.
I think now you can see that.
I definitely was grieving for a period of time.
Yeah.
But I think through that I realized like just how comfortable I was, and I kind of had to step back into myself.
Yeah.
Again.
Oh, that's a huge thing. Comfortability with your partner.
Oh yeah.
You get so comfortable
that you just
relying
forget
on someone
to grow.
having someone
as an individual
do things with you all the time. I mean, everything. Like when you're with somebody for that long, they do everything with you. They go to the grocery store with you. They go to your doctor's appointments with you sometimes, or drive with you. Like some people work together, me and my boyfriend work together. It's like, that's crazy to think of all the things that you have to now do by yourself or rethink how you do things.
Yeah, I think the hardest thing for me was learning how to be alone again. Like I talked about in the last podcast episode where I really struggled in the beginning of this quarantine because I forgot how to be alone. Like I hate being alone as it is.
Yeah.
But it's important to know how to just be with yourself and chill.
Yes.
I forgot how to do that, I guess. I don't know. But now I do. And I noticed it the other night. I was like watching a movie by myself, and before I'm usually like sad. But I was chilling, and I was like, this is actually kind of nice.
Yeah. I think that it's about taking time by yourself to do things that you want to do. A lot of times relationships are about compromise, and they should be, because it's not just you by yourself, it's you with somebody else, and you take both of your feelings and thoughts into consideration. But when you go through a breakup, you now have this time alone, and it can be super positive. You can take the time to focus on things that you didn't get to focus on in the relationship and things that you want to do. But like even something as simple as a movie, maybe you wanted to watch this movie and he didn't want to watch it. You get to watch it now, like things like that is like maybe the person doesn't like the beach, which is weird. Who doesn't like the beach? But maybe they don't like the beach. Then you get to go to the beach all the time.
Would not be like that. Sorry.
Yeah. Don't date somebody who doesn't like the beach. That's weird. Red flags all over the place. Okay, so let's transition into talking about why people break up, the most common reasons for breakups, and then what we need to learn or take away from all of those, or how we can heal. Yeah. So one super common reason why people break up is abuse.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah.
We'll probably have a podcast.
We definitely will have a podcast
on this later on. It'll be a very personal, serious podcast, probably.
Yeah.
But
like we'll cry, maybe.
Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm kind of past that now, but it's
no,
fun.
You'll cry.
But I have been in an abusive relationship, and I know you have too.
Yeah.
And that's definitely, it's such an interesting breakup to go through, because there's so much more to it than just I'm sad that I
to be clear, we're talking about physical abuse. Emotional abuse also goes with physical, but
both.
A whole new level.
Both are included.
Yeah, both are included.
Both are included, but I just remember like going through that. I was so lost.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of healing that has happened since then. I feel like even just as a person, I'm different
Totally.
from that whole
Because
experience.
it changes
yes,
you.
it changes your outlook on a lot of different things. And it makes you, once you come out of that and heal from it, I think it really helps you realize your self-worth.
100%.
Yeah.
That's something that I think is the most common thing that people take away from abuse negatively, is that it was their fault, that they don't deserve better than that, or that happened to them because that's what they deserved. And that is where I think that people need to grow the most after abuse, is that it was not at all your fault. It's always the abuser's fault. And you're worth so much more than that. Nobody deserves emotional abuse or physical abuse.
Yeah, no one.
No one. So that's a huge thing, is people have to heal after every type of breakup, but healing yourself as a victim is so much different. And I think a lot harder than just healing from sadness.
You're not just healing from the loss of a person, you're healing from like the scars that were left behind by them.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
deeper.
After abuse, you're scared. I mean, I was scared to go to the grocery store with my mom. Mine happened when I was young. It was right in the beginning of high school. And so I wasn't really going anywhere on my own. But I mean, even going to the movies with my friends, I was nervous. This person followed me around for a long time after. They followed my parents. They threatened me on social media. On text, I had everything blocked, and they'd have friends and family members contact me and threaten me. I was constantly being watched, I felt like, and it was terrifying to have to live every day not knowing if someone's following you, if someone's trying to find you and hurt you. And that is such a hard and weird experience to heal from, because you're constantly looking over your shoulder. Yeah. And then you have to realize that it's okay, and you don't need to be paranoid every day. And
yeah, when I first moved back into my house, I would park my car behind my house at the retirement home.
Yeah.
Because I was like, so
you didn't want them to know where you were. I
didn't want them to know where I was. Yeah, it's just crazy. No one should have to go through that.
No.
As a human. You shouldn't have to be dealing with that. That is something you need to cut out.
Definitely.
Right now.
Also, if you are in an abusive relationship and need help, contact somebody.
Call us.
Yeah, call us. Definitely. We can fucking help you out.
Yeah, I'll help you.
But contact somebody that you feel comfortable with. I mean, I had to let both my parents know, which was really weird and uncomfortable for me at the time, because I was young, and talking to them about relationships was weird, let alone talking to them about, hey, I'm being hurt. Yeah. Please help.
Mm-hmm. That's an interesting conversation. I remember I didn't have that conversation until I left.
Yeah.
And I sat down with all my parents at different times.
Yeah.
And we had that talk, and I think that it's so important to have that sort of support system, because you feel scared and you feel like you don't know who to talk to, and they're there for you, and you have to kind of come to that realization that you have people who are going to help you. You really are not alone.
Also, you need that help.
Yeah.
A lot of times you're just scared and feel worthless, and you don't want to reach out, or don't feel like you should, or don't want to burden anybody with it, but you need that help to get out of it, and people want to be there for you. So, yeah.
Yeah, that was a deep one.
Yeah, hitting them heavy.
Side convo. More to come on that topic later.
Yeah. But seriously, if anybody needs help, please contact us.
Yeah, we'll send someone.
Or ourselves.
Or ourselves to, I don't know what we do, but we'll help.
We'll help you in any way that we can.
Oh, man. All right. Another breakup. There's multiple kinds of breakups.
Yeah.
We were talking about earlier about how we've kind of been through all the different kinds of breakups.
Yeah.
There's the breakups where it's, one person maybe isn't feeling it, or maybe you're both not feeling it anymore.
Yeah, you just kind of grow apart.
And or even I don't really like you.
Yeah, and the other person's like, all right, that's fine.
And they're crushed. I'm like, oh my God, I'm never going to be good enough. That sucks.
Yeah, that's one. I mean, we've been through that probably when you really like somebody. I think this happens more maybe when you're younger. I guess
it happens when you're older.
This happened to me a lot.
People tell me they don't like me all the time.
Stop.
That's fine.
This happened happened to me a lot in like early middle school and high school relationships is like, I love this boy, right? I think I love them.
I'm in love with you.
I'm in love with you.
I'm obsessed with you.
I've known you for
I'm
2 whole
probably
weeks.
still in love with you today.
No. But then you like think that they're so great. You guys finally start dating after you've been pursuing them in every way possible on MySpace and Facebook. And was Facebook even a thing in middle school? I don't know.
I didn't have Facebook until high school.
Anywho, you're texting them, and then they finally agree to date you.
Yeah, you finally got them,
You
and then
hooked them.
they take them away. They take
You
themselves
fully
away.
are in love. Like, you're damn near ready to marry this human, and then they're like, I just like someone else. Or, I don't like you really anymore. You're not that cute anymore.
Oh, no, I've never gotten that.
I've gotten like, oh, I think that this girl's really hot, and I want to try dating her. And I'm like,
no.
Wait, but we're in a relationship.
You're dumb. Oh, wait, you're dating me.
So that one is also like a self-worth.
Yeah, that one you kind of have to bounce back from that. You can't let other people's opinions of you define who you are.
Yeah,
so
but also with that one, it's like,
carry yourself.
If they don't want you, then fuck them. You know?
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Fuck that guy.
He's
like,
not worth it. Or girl, whatever.
or girl, however you're going.
Fuck them.
Fuck that human, because you don't want anybody around that doesn't want to be around you. So for that one, it is self-worth and empowerment again, but also it's just like, you don't need that. You don't need anybody that doesn't need you.
Yeah. You don't need to chase people.
No.
You need to just move on. They don't care, trust me.
Yeah. And you shouldn't care either. Yeah. Who cares about shitty people?
Yeah. What was the other breakup one that we talked about?
Cheating. Infidelity.
LOL. When you get cheated on. That one kind of sucks too. That's like a real low blow.
Sucks, yeah.
That's a low blow, like, to your spirit.
To your whole being. You're just like, God, fuck, I thought my makeup looked great.
I thought I was cute.
Hot.
I guess not. I don't know.
That one's a weird one because it's just, well, I guess there's emotional cheating.
The trust is broken forever.
And physical cheating. So I guess it
Either
feels
way,
different.
Your trust is like
yes,
gone.
Trust is gone. You cannot have a relationship without trust. That is so said all the time, but it's literally the most true thing ever. You have to trust your partner. Just like you have to trust your friends, you know? I mean, you can't have any type of relationship if you don't trust the other person. Because what the heck then, why are you even communicating with them if you don't trust them? Like,
very true.
Anything you tell them, do you think that they're going to tell somebody else? Or, I mean, you can't trust them to be where you need them to be. You can't trust them if you're in danger. You can't, nothing. So,
yeah.
But I mean,
it's hard to fully give yourself to someone, like, emotionally, you know, you're you're finally breaking down these walls and you have this bond, and then it feels like it's just.
Also, you just feel so underappreciated. It's like, did nothing that I did in the relationship mean anything to you?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you replay all of these.
Like, what could I have done better to make this not happen? Like, was I not good enough?
Also, you flash back on at least when I got cheated on, I flashed back on all of these experiences, and I was like, did you feel the same way during those times? Like, was I just completely missing the mark? Did you always feel like this? Did I do something to make you feel like this?
Yeah.
You question a lot. It is kind of like a paranoia almost, I feel. To a point. You're just like questioning everything again. Which sucks and is unnecessary. Breakups suck.
Breakups suck, but that's not the point of this podcast.
Yeah.
We all know breakups suck.
The point is like what you do to bounce back.
Yeah, like how are you going to come back from that? And I think the best way is kind of what we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Especially with our girl.
Yeah, our little shattered girl.
You feel broken, and it's probably because you're not being in alignment with your true self.
Ew. No, but seriously though, like, everybody always says you need to love yourself before you love somebody else, and I feel like that is so true.
It's so cheesy and cliche.
But after every breakup, you have to relearn to love yourself, and if you don't love yourself, then you have to change yourself into someone that you do love and are proud of again. And that is hard, but that is so worth it. That is such a great, amazing thing that comes out of every breakup, is that you get to change for the better, And if there was any bits of you that you didn't like or any bits of you that you don't want to give to somebody else again, you don't have to. You get this whole fresh new opportunity to start over for yourself. You get to redecide what you're looking for in a partner and what you want moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
You get to rethink about your future. You can be as picky as you want. You know what you deserve. You deserve better than what you just had. And you get to go find it. So it is super positive, actually.
Yeah, that is the thing that I was thinking of earlier.
Yeah.
Was the main thing I think that we should get from breakups is what we're looking for in our future partners.
Yes.
Because even if you think that like your relationship was so great, like I wanted to marry this person, after you're out of it, you have that time to reassess and look back on things that didn't make you happy and you were too comfortable to change them or say anything about it. And you realize like, okay, well, this was important to me and it was lacking.
Yeah. Or maybe there's things that people weren't telling you that they noticed, like family members or friends, about your relationship. And then once you are out of the relationship, they're kind of like, hey, I noticed these things, or hey, I didn't prefer this person treating you this way, or whatever. So you really do get to take a full look at the relationship when you're not in it, because love is blinding.
It is.
So yeah, that is such.
It makes you like forgive a lot of things.
It
does.
Like,
Kind of forget about what you want.
It really does.
And what you like.
Also, I really don't think that anybody needs to compromise their future for someone else. If you have really strong, great goals for your future and your partner doesn't share those great goals, I personally think that that's enough of a reason to retake a look at the relationship. Because your partner should want to grow and change with you, and even if your goals don't align, as in work goals or future goals like that, you should be able to come to some sort of compromise. But if your goals don't align with like a family, if you want to have a baby and your partner doesn't want to have a baby, that is a huge, great reason to reassess. If your partner doesn't believe in marriage or isn't ready for marriage and you are so ready, that's a great reason to reassess. Yeah.
Moving away to do better things too.
Yeah.
So they should be willing to do things with you.
Yeah.
And grow with you. They should be willing to grow with you.
They should also be willing to let you do those things. Like, let's say your job wanted to take you somewhere else. Your partner shouldn't hold you back from that. They should encourage you to do it.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously different situations, like maybe I'd have to quit my job, like, I don't know, it's like if you're married already, it's like, you gotta work it out.
Pre-marriage.
But we're just talking about, like, not being held back by your partner.
Yeah.
That's abuse. That's mental abuse.
If this was a marriage podcast, it would be divorce, not breakups.
Yeah, sorry. We're not married yet.
Not
Hopefully we never have a podcast on divorce.
Yeah. Fingers crossed, guys.
I mean, I could talk. My parents are divorced. Yeah, so I could do it from my kid perspective.
Yeah, hopefully
that's the point.
Us personally. Yeah. Okay, so we've talked a lot about breakups and things, and our stories and experiences and opinions, and we're gonna go ahead and start to wrap it up, I guess, here.
Yeah.
And I have a great quote that I want to share. It's from a book that my cousin gave me, called Find Your Glow, Feed Your Soul. So here's the book.
By Emily Silva.
By Emily Silva. A guide for cultivating a vibrant life of peace and purpose.
So nice. It's a really cute book.
It is. Super cute. Okay, so here's my quote. Going through hard things makes joy even greater. Eventually, all things come to an end, including bad experiences. In fact, knowing sadness helps us to know joy even better. On the other side of pain is relief. And in that relief, joy emerges. Instead of resisting any experience, go through it.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
This might be a little off topic, but the first thing I thought about is Inside Out.
Oh.
How in that little girl, she has to, like, her little joy and sadness in her head, they have to learn that, like, you need both sadness and joy.
Yeah.
To, like, have those deep emotions. I don't know.
You do. No, it's true. But definitely with breakups is you have to go through them, because we wouldn't appreciate great relationships if we didn't have shitty ones first.
Yeah, you definitely have to learn as you go along. Yeah. If you've ever been in one relationship only and you guys are madly in love, we hate you.
Yeah.
You're not realistic.
Break up and get with the rest of us.
Time for you to break up. No.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
And date 10 more people and break up with all of them too.
No, but we do hope that if you do go through a breakup, that
you can find joy.
You glow and grow from it.
Glow through what you go through. No, really, yeah. Everybody, we hope, can take some positives away from their negative situation. And in this instance, it's a breakup. So although breakups suck, they're useful. They help you grow. They're important. They're great learning tools. I mean, we have to learn from every experience that we go through. And you go through so many different types of breakups at so many different ages and so many different times in your life. And you probably learn something different from each one and grow in a different way from each one. So although they suck, they're super important. And there can be positives that you can take away from every situation, including breakups.
That was nice.
Yeah, thanks.
Nice little epilogue.
Thank you.
The speech.
Yeah. All right, well, that was all.
All right, well, we hope you enjoyed.
Yeah.
Our kind of sad
topic,
but good because
happy.
we learned from it and we grew. Yeah, so thank you for listening. We got more stuff coming your way.
Yeah.
We're trying to put out one podcast a week. That's our goal.
So catch us next Tuesday.
Yeah. New podcast every Tuesday. Evolving Moons.
Yeah, that's nice.
That'll be in our intro.
Yeah. Evolving Moons.
Prestige. We're on what? What?
Okay,
all right. We'll see you guys later. Thanks for listening. Love ya.
Love ya.
Bye.
Bye.
You're stupid. I hate you.